Welcome back to the Beard Bros podcast. Before we get started, like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Hope you guys are enjoying all the content that we're pushing out. I know it kind of gets a little repetitive at times, but we try our best to make it as interesting as possible. Again, pushing the 4th annual Assurance Home Golf Tournament, October 24th. If you haven't already, go down in the links in the description. Call them, email them, whatever. Get your kids signed up. Get yourself signed up. It should be a big event. Food, everything's going to be there. So go check that out, guys. On other news, we were talking about, off camera, about the whole Onlyfans thing. We don't really go down this road too often, but I thought, why not today? So, do you know the whole story?
Yeah, so it was, I don't know the date. I think it was September 1st they were going to do it. They planned on anything that was porn. That means masturbation, penetration, anything that had to do with any, like, actual porn was going to be no longer a thing on OnlyFans.
So, basically, you could do, like, lingerie and stuff like that.
You still could do that, but you could not show any kind of penetration, masturbation, and something else. There was another one. That
okay. So, basically, any real sexual, like, content,
like,
it was forbidden.
Like.
So, you could probably do, like, nudes, just not anything live streamed?
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe.
Pretty much.
Sounds more like Playboy-ish.
Yeah, so they were trying to prevent that, and then they realized like 75 to 95% of their fucking content creators were
sexually
in the pornograph, like the porn industry.
Basically, there's no way around it. It's porn.
Yeah.
There's not like the only difference is it's a subscription when you can just go and get on porn for free.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of other. There's, like I said, there's another 25, maybe 5% that are different content. I don't know what they do on there.
Well, I'm sure it's still sexual, just not to the like explicit XXX.
Oh, maybe.
So that's what I'm saying is they probably sit there in some lingerie, probably answering questions, and that's probably the extent of it. Or you know what I mean? Like they're not gonna post too crazy of nudes. Like if you ever been on Instagram where
no, like they're not even in the section, like laundry, like that 25 to 5% is not even in that. They're just there. They're just doing something on OnlyFans. I don't know. I never thought about it. Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'd assume it's got to be something X-rated.
Well, OnlyFans is just a subscription service, and then it became a thing because all the porn bitches got on there.
It ain't even porn bitches. It's just bitches that people want to see naked that they'll never see naked. And they can pay to see them naked.
Yeah.
And they can make a profit off of them getting naked.
So, yeah, there's like that 25% of whatever.
I look at it this way. If someone's willing to pay you to get nude and you're down for it or fucking have sex or whatever.
Should I start one?
Have at it. I mean, if someone's going to pay for it.
Huh? You think anybody would pay?
Nah, probably not.
Should I just try?
I don't think it's a guy's thing. It's a girl's thing.
You don't think anybody would pay for my OnlyFans?
No.
I'm gonna try it.
No, I've seen all these like Instagram models, all these. I mean, I think even YouTubers and shit have OnlyFans, but
girls or dudes?
Girls. Oh. That's girls. That's the thing. I don't think guys. The only time I guess a guy would get involved is if they're the ones like having sex with these girls on their OnlyFans.
Oh, like Adam 22 and shit.
Yeah, but is Lena? She's not on there. I thought she was Snapchat.
She on. I have her on Twitter, and she always posts her OnlyFans.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel like a lot of female. I don't even like to call Instagram girls like influencers.
I don't know what they are.
They're just Instagram models.
Yeah, I don't know if they're influencers. I don't know what the fuck.
But so basically, the whole fact is they decided to go back.
Yeah, so it was like a week, and then they realized, like, what the fuck are we doing? About to lose out on a big ass.
I wonder
bag.
why they even decided to do that in the first place.
I don't know. I never read it. I never read into it because I was like, who fucking cares about OnlyFans? Like,
I mean, like
I
said,
some people that make a living off it. But
yeah, some people. It's just like being a stripper.
Yeah, you can make a lot
like
of
you
money.
can make a lot of money being a stripper and going and dancing for a couple nights and letting people see you naked. The only difference is that's live in person and there might be actual like contact with somebody. Whereas OnlyFans, you're in the like comfort of your home.
I wonder if like the pandemic popped off because of that. Like, OnlyFans popped off because of the pandemic. Excuse me.
I mean, yeah, that's what
Probably,
I'm saying. I'm sure they go live.
I don't know.
They would go live. They probably post a bunch of whatever, and people think that they're worth enough to pay a subscription.
Yeah, so when I heard it, I was like, this motherfucker's about to lose a bag. And then a week later, we're reversing the plans. We're letting y'all do whatever y'all want
I
to
just wonder
get.
what led to that decision in the first place. Like, who was telling them, like, y'all can't be doing this?
Yeah,
and
I don't know.
And then somebody was like, yo, fuck that, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just think that's kind of strange and odd. I mean, you want to be nude. I guess nowadays this is just, I know this is probably straying way away from what the hell we were actually going to, like, what we were talking about. But I just feel like that type of situation has led to, like, women, I don't know if they care anymore. I know when I was growing up, women did care, but you could tell it was, like, on the decline of not caring anymore.
Yeah.
But, like, growing up, a nude wasn't always nude. It was like a girl in her bra.
Yeah.
And now it's like, for me, I look at a female like that and it almost devalues them. But I don't even know if they care that they look kind of trashy.
Yeah, it's like having a baseball card, but it's just like a normal basic ass baseball card. Everybody could get it. But then you have that 101 baseball card that's worth, a lot. If women were referred to shit like that as their body, they would probably...
Because honestly, and I know women
Not just women, though, I guess. Yeah,
but I know what you mean.
We're degrading just women at this point.
But that's the thing, though. The women are degrading themselves, which they would probably look at it the other way. They're like, well, why is it degrading for us to show our body? Where men can walk around with their shirts off and nobody blinks an eye.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but I guess it's just the fact of, like...
But no one's ever sexualized a man's, like, chest.
Right,
So
right.
it's
That's
like,
the point.
That's the point.
Yeah, and so that's why I'm just kind of like... It kind of sucks because, don't get me wrong, if I had a chick that's bad, like, I'm cool with her wearing, whatever the hell she wants.
Yeah, whatever.
But at the end of the day, as long as she has enough respect for us that... like, that's my piece of ass in a sense. Not necessarily like I own her, she's my slave. Just with the understanding that, ain't nobody else touching that but me.
Yeah, like the saying is, if you can't handle a bad bitch, you don't deserve a bad bitch.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And so the only thing that sucks is, like, girls that are bad. Like, I think that Karina Koff chick that used to date Logan Paul.
Oh, yeah.
She has an OnlyFans. She's a baddie.
Uh-huh.
But then it's like, if you're all nude on your OnlyFans and shit, like, what
Like, what
value do you have to me anymore? Not saying, like, you're not worth shit, but then in a sense, like, well, everybody's seen you fucking nude.
Yeah, like you don't see these porn stars. Oh, I guess you kind of do see these porn stars now getting married, but
now, like Lana Rhodes, she wanted all that shit, and then if I'm Mike, like, yeah, it's cool you're smashing, but then at the end of the day, like, think of how many people online have smashed her that get to now people watching her get smashed by other fools.
Yeah,
like, that's weird,
Yes, like Riley Reid just got married not that long ago to like
probably a porn star.
No, he was a parkour, like professional parkour or some shit.
Really?
So they had like a trampoline and shit. I was wondering why. I was watching Adam 22. I watched him.
I mean, that's like I said. Do you do whatever? If you're all about the bag and you're, you have no what is it?
Like morals?
I guess morals, but what's the word that I'm looking for? Like dignity.
Yeah.
Like, if that don't matter to you, then cool, you do you. But I don't know. Like, I would want a girl that's like, I guess, has a little bit more class. Like, she doesn't have to go grab everybody's attention, because I think it's an attention-grabbing type of website.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm fucking hot or sexy or whatever. People want to see me naked, so I'm going to feed them but make a bag off it. It's like, cool, you do you, but I guess... You're going to have to meet a guy that, like Adam 22, like, it's like, I don't give a fuck kind of.
I mean, you kind of don't have to give a fuck. He's fucking Riley Reid, Lana fucking...
Yeah, that's true. How many of those girls that are doing OnlyFans is down with their man fucking other bitches while fucking you, too?
This fool be fucking all kinds of bitches. Like, I follow Lena on fucking Twitter, and she just posts, like, oh, me and Adam about to fuck. And then
yeah, they're down with the threesomes and shit. But that's what I'm saying. It's very rare that you get a situation like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, it's cool. I'm glad you guys are getting your bag. I
Still
guess.
on like the topic of like kind of pornish. Did you see the Little League World Series kids?
No.
They're sitting on I think it was Alpine, Texas. They were sitting on the little back, like where the home runs or the outfield is. There's a little fucking hill, and one of the kids was like on his phone, and he's like, and the camera was like on them, and it was a girl with like cleavage showing. The other kid's like,
But it wasn't nude.
it was borderline like titties, and it was
But
like.
I mean, women are probably out there with tank tops on anyway.
So then them kids were just like all showing each other and shit, and the cameras all watching them, and you could see their phone, and it was the girl. And shit.
Hey man,
That shit
they're
was fucking-
kids. That's the thing. They're gonna like. What are you supposed to do when, especially like, let's just be honest. Maybe their mom is an OnlyFans.
Oh shit!
I'm just putting it out there. Like, let's be honest. One day, Lena, the plug, and Adam 22's daughter is gonna grow up and be like, "Oh, my mom used to fuck bitches and my daddy on OnlyFans." Like,
that's true.
come on now,
But
bro.
then-
like,
but
what do
then-
you think's gonna
But
happen?
then she's gonna be on a Bentley
Or she's gonna be on OnlyFans too.
I mean, not everybody does what their parents do. You gotta look.
No, but
Look at Michael Jordan's kids. He didn't go to the NBA. He didn't play
No, but
basketball.
look at Kobe's daughter. She was about to be a badass.
None of the other ones though.
But one. They only have one.
I mean, that's rare. Like you don't
It's
really-
like saying like my parents are drug addicts and I didn't become a drug addict. How rare is that?
it's not rare, but it's rare, but it's not like uncommon.
I'm just saying it don't have to be OnlyFans. She could just become a whore.
Well, yeah, at that point, yeah, you're right.
I'm just saying I put that in perspective. Is like your kids follow you for the most part. Like I'm not saying they won't, but I'm just saying like it kind of goes hand in hand. Now, yeah, maybe she just is a spoiled brat and ends up not doing anything and just
marrying an
fends
OnlyFans.
off of their parents' wealth. But do you? I'm just saying like for the most part. What does it matter if two boys are looking at porn whenever, or it doesn't even sound like porn. It just sounds like a picture of some titties that may not even be showing nipples.
It was funny as fuck though.
It sounds hilarious.
This shit was on I want to say on Bleacher Report on Twitter or something. It was fucking hilarious.
Oh damn.
Them kids
Okay,
got
so
exposed.
on some other news, I don't know if you guys have been following Hard Knocks. Probably not throughout the years, but maybe you're following it this year with the Cowboys. I'll be honest, I'm not the most interested. I guess because
there's not drama.
there's not like it's not anything crazy.
It's literally getting into the team of America and like America's team, and it's like it's kind of boring.
Yeah, to me, it's more like
This is how regular.
it's just
practice
the
is.
what backstage access kind of stuff.
It's not. It's not. I bet you the other. I never watch any other ones. I bet you the other ones are like crazy.
But I've never heard anything about those either.
But they had
though.
Antonio Brown, the Raiders last year, and then that's when he was acting all crazy and shit.
Yeah, but one thing out of 1,000
And
episodes.
then you had the Browns with that fat dude who was yelling at there's a couple I watched like the highlights of like
So-
they had like a top 10.
Anyways, let's just look at it this way. So the point of me bringing this up to begin with is I don't know if you've seen, but LeBron James actually came out and said that he loves Hard Knocks for one, maybe because he is a Cowboys fan,
Yeah.
but two, he mentioned that he'd love to see that in the NBA.
Ooh.
So I was starting to think like how does that work? Because you do play, 72 games in a season. And I don't know if they follow them through the playoffs. I'd assume so. If that team makes it through the playoffs, you follow them.
82 games, not 72.
Oh, okay, whatever. Oh no, they played 72 this year.
Yeah, they
my
played
bad.
this year.
My bad.
you're right, though,
COVID's
but-
got me fucked up.
COVID got everybody fucked up.
So, anyways, yeah. So they play however many games. Basically, you're gonna do one episode a week.
Yeah.
They already started in the preseason. I doubt you'd started in the preseason for basketball. Maybe
It's not that interesting. You know what I mean? Like
because what would you do? Like summer games and shit.
I don't know, bro. Because you can't do it in the playoffs. Because at that point, it's like, I guess you could, and then release it like beginning of the season.
Nah,
But you would have
because
to pick
it's all live though. That's the thing. Like it's current events.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's like the Cowboys this year. It's not last year's Cowboys.
don't
So
know
you
how
would
you
have
would-
to do like the Lakers every week for, however many, I don't know how many weeks they play.
They play like beginning of November.
They probably
to
play like 25, 26 weeks. It's like a half a year.
That's a lot of fucking episodes. I guess you don't have to do every week. I mean, every other week or something?
No, because the thing is you want to keep people interested, so you have to do one a week. But then I think it would get old because of how long the season is.
Yeah.
It's like, well, those back-to-back games that they always take the second game off. It's like you don't.
That kind of make it more interesting now. People are like, hey, Hard Knocks is like, hey, I'll pay all y'all. Y'all got to play unless you're really injured. You know what I mean? At this point, they're like, how much you paying? And they're like, a bag. And they're like, you know what?
So,
I'm
but
with it.
but besides that, what do you think, or who do you think should be, like, if they were to do it this year, who do you think would be the team? Because there's some hot teams right now that I could think of.
I would pick, strictly kind of biased, I want to see this guy in practice, Jimmy Butler in the Heat.
I was thinking that too.
I
thought starting down in Miami would be the hottest because it's a cool place to be already. You got Jimmy as a character.
Yup.
You got Pat Riley. They're talking about how he's probably gonna retire pretty soon.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool in Miami, man, with all them dogs. PJ Tucker, Bam Adebayo, Kyle Lowry, Victor Oladipo coming back.
Yeah, like it. I was thinking the same thing. Either them or
the
Brooklyn. The Knicks?
The Knicks?
Nah.
They're kind of hot. They're young and hot.
Nah, you don't waste your first season on them. You gotta hit it hard. You have to hit a home run first season.
You gotta go with one of the young dudes like Luka, Ja.
Nah,
LaMelo.
you go Miami, New York, or LA.
Yeah,
you don't go outside.
Unless you go Golden State. They're coming back off of an injury, kind of.
Yeah, but then if he gets hurt again.
That's good content.
Hell nah. You go either LeBron because he's almost retired.
LeBron.
You go Brooklyn because they're finally going to be healthy. Or you go Miami because they're the new thing right now.
There's just characters on the
Yeah,
team.
there's some good. I would, if all of those, I thought Miami too.
Miami was my first pick, but there's some you could just pick if you really wanted to.
Like everyone would probably say, well, what about the world champs? I'll be honest, that ain't interesting.
They seem boring. That's Greg Popovich in there. That's just a boring offense.
Yeah.
Boring team.
And it sucks because I feel like not everybody would be worthy, but
maybe the Sixers. It'd be drama filled.
Right now, though, it would have been good for last year. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, one of those three teams, you can't go anybody. Maybe Phoenix.
Or Portland, maybe.
If they hit on somebody, like they trade or something. I don't know. But outside, I don't know. I was thinking about that, and they were talking. LeBron was mentioning it, and I was just like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it is meant for the basketball world because, like I said, it's just a long season. Who's really trying to follow, like, even 20 weeks of basketball? Like, I don't even follow basketball until, like, March.
And their training camp in preseason is not like the NFL. It's totally different.
Well, that's what somebody had said, too, that they were like, well, you got to think about it. NFL, you have cuts. Like Tim Tebow getting cuts and stuff. You don't have that in the NBA.
No, you have your practice guys that's going to show up to practice, and then you got your guys that are a 15-man roster, and
that's it. Exactly.
The 15 men are not really going to get cut readily.
I don't know. I don't really.
They would have to sit down and actually think about it to figure the whole logistics out.
The only thing I could think of is break it down into multiple teams.
Oh yeah, if you could start with like L.A. and then go to Brooklyn.
Yeah,
and
like
with
move
Miami
down, like go West Coast or East Coast, do something like.
If you would go L.A. and then go to New York, that's two fucking totally different fucking places.
Yeah, that's the only thing I was thinking was like you could go multiple teams or like do even like 4 teams.
And then you could do like good teams first year and then try to go do the sucky teams like the next, like keep it balanced.
Well, you hit hard with one of those 3 teams, like say you go Miami and then you go Brooklyn or Milwaukee.
Oh yeah.
And then go back down to like Dallas and then end with like LA.
Oh, yeah,
it's okay.
You
like
started off hot, and then it's kind of like, that's kind of fucking gay. Lucas is over here talking in Slovenia. I don't know what the fuck he's saying.
And then you go to the Lakers,
you're
and
like, fuck, look at these fools.
Exactly. You kind of gotta mix it up.
Yeah, I get you. That'd be kind of cool. Hey, LeBron, you hearing this shit? You probably not, but I mean, if it gets trending out there, that's
what I'm saying. Like that would probably be the best case scenario for LeBron and them.
Toronto would be fun to watch. I'd never seen what Toronto was about.
It would be pretty interesting just to see.
And if it got to baseball, that'd be kind of cool.
I don't know. That's another sport that I just feel like nobody really follows that much. Like, yeah, it's there and it's interesting. Like now,
it's there now because nothing's going on.
Yeah,
like everybody's watching baseball.
It's like baseball's about to come to the World Series here in about a week. Like the playoffs started in about a week or two.
It's a month. October 1st, I think it starts.
Oh yeah, end of September. No, it's like mid-September. I don't know. It don't even matter. The fact of the matter is, baseball's even longer.
Yeah, 160 something or 80 something.
Yeah, like it's like you're gonna have to break that down into
5 teams.
I don't even know. Like it's not even almost worth it. That's why football is the greatest of sports, because basketball, you can lose 10 games in a row and still be in the playoffs.
That's facts.
Football, you lose 10 games in a row, shit, you're top 5 pick.
Your coach is sitting next to us.
Yeah, like there's no losing that many games. Even 2 games in a row is a lot in the NFL.
Yeah, because there's only 17 games.
Yeah, like, I don't know, man. You got to take that in perspective. So
17 games, 1 bye for each conference. I think that's how they're doing it again.
I don't know. Yeah, 1 team getting a bye.
Yeah, 2 wild cards or some shit.
That was something that got brought up yesterday whenever I was doing the fantasy draft thingy. I know this is way off topic. But so last year I wanted to do 6 teams. But the way it worked was like it wouldn't allow me to set it up the way I wanted it to. Mm-hmm. So I wanted like number 1 seed and number 2 seed to get buys. So this year they changed it where you can't really customize it, but you can set it up how you want. Like you can pick how many teams. I still went with 8. I just think it's a little bit better.
Anybody get a bye?
Nobody's getting buys.
I like that more.
It's 8 teams.
2 miss out.
Everybody is pretty much in. You get a chance.
It's cool because I was talking to a couple of my buddies the other day. That's just totally off the topic of Hard Knocks and shit, but we're going to talk about it now, I guess. 2 of my buddies, they were like, hey, man, do you play fantasy football? And I was like, yeah, I fucking won last year, whatever, you know. I'm talking to him. He's like, damn, bro, I should have hit you up last night. We had a fantasy draft with some people that never played before, and, like, I don't know how good I did. So they're showing me their teams and shit. I was like, do y'all even watch football? Like, I know y'all like wrestling. They're real big on wrestling, like AEW and shit. So I was like, do y'all even watch football? And both of them were like, nah, bro. But they said it was a $25 like pot, and there's everybody that's playing is newbies, like none of them's ever played. I was like, damn, for real, that's crazy. And it's like, yeah, bro. And he's like, I have another dude that hit me up and he wants a bunch of newbies again. And I guess people are really getting into fantasy football now. And
bro, fantasy's the next thing.
Yeah, like, people are like really into it.
Oh yeah, it's why do you think that trophy's sitting right there? That's
like newbies, like the people that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I've
crazy.
seen girls and stuff join leagues. And
I've seen a girl league before, like just nothing but women.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing is it's getting way more like
complex,
detailed. Yeah. So it's like that's what's up. I really wanted 2 more players, and I
wanted 2 more.
If I can get 2 more guys before next weekend, let me know. But I am looking for 2 guys, $50 buy-in, winner takes all, except their $50 go to the second place winner or
makes
second
sense.
place.
Yeah, makes sense.
So you get your money back. But other than that, it's just like it's coming. It's coming. It's pretty much a week away, and I'm excited.
And that time of the year is the most competitive time of the year.
Yeah, like I have guys that are in the league that are just like, they're stoked, man. They're ready. And it's just because, you know, we have been playing. So you get the guys that have been playing that love to play.
People, the 10 years, like they've fucking been there for 4 years.
Yeah,
5 years,
they're like ready
damn.
to go in. And it's like, that's what's up because you know you're going to get their best.
Former champs are in this league. It's like, shit, man, you got to go every week, got to go crazy because of that. You lose one, it's like, damn, bro.
Yeah, you lose 1 week. It's not that bad. It's a matter of not losing multiple like weeks in a row.
Yeah, so you want to get a good lead at the beginning at least.
Yeah, go 3-4-0 if you can.
If you can,
and then you could drop a game or 2, but you're still sitting pretty.
Yeah, so you
if you're 0-2,
you better be in them motherfucking wires, boy.
Yeah, you better start some stuff. But yeah, that fantasy is blowing up, man. Fantasy is definitely.
And I know it's just gonna trickle to every other sport because I see people do baseball and basketball, but it's like it's hard.
See, baseball's already been around.
Yeah, people do it, but I've never seen anybody.
Football's nice because you just have to get ready for 1 week at a time, and it's not that long. It's only like 3-4 months, and it's like it's over.
That's true.
Baseball's like almost a year thing, and it's a weekly thing, but you're having to like change up your lineup on a daily.
And
it's like that's not that fun. I don't want to have to put that much effort into it. Football, it's like I think it's Tuesday's your waiver wire. Wednesday you get your players, and by Thursday you have to have hopefully somebody. If you got starting there, you better start them or not. And if not, you're basically waiting until Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to worry all that much.
And Sundays are the best days, especially when you're just sitting there, got a little bit of menudo. You're just kicking it. You're just ready, bro. I love that shit.
Yep. So
watching Red Zone, like, fucking go to Gasecki, go to fucking this person. You're fucking just yelling.
That's all it is. So,
Fucking
I don't know.
love
If
that
you guys
shit.
haven't tried fantasy, y'all should try it. I guarantee. There's even free leagues. Like, you can go online and get on a free league. Charges you nothing. You just have to have either an ESPN account or NFL Network or Yahoo, whatever thing, and they have a fantasy football, and you just go check it out, play a season, learn the rules before you really jump into a league. Like, if you were to jump into my league, you get destroyed.
Yeah, motherfuckers will fuck you.
Yeah, like,
up.
it's not. You have to be prepared on all ends.
Because there's people that are in the league that are good, and they sometimes end up on the bottom. Like, it's some years you're
last
here.
year I didn't make the playoffs for the first time.
Like, I won last year, and I could be all the way on the bottom this year because that's how good the league is. This is hard.
I had been in the championship every year and lost, but then last year I didn't make the playoffs.
You were one of the two?
I was one of the two, me and Byron.
Damn, that's two of our upper players too in fantasy.
But that's how good it wasn't like I was trying to suck. It's just everybody was getting the guys that I wasn't getting, and that's how it goes. You better hope that the guy you pick up
Early,
is the guy.
yeah. You like if you pick somebody up early in the waivers, you're like, fuck, I got the guy. Like last year, I got Jonathan Taylor early, and it was like I kept him through the year, so it was just like, fuck, I had the guy.
Sometimes I think the draft is the most important, but then your weekly waivers is just as important.
You could lose with the draft, but you could win with the waivers. You could definitely lose in the draft, but win in the waivers.
That's kind of true. It's just because you might hit on a guy that no one's seen coming.
Yeah,
like it's like a random dude that you're like, oh, well, no one thought of that guy. No one even drafted him, and he's just sitting there. And then he hits 1 week. The guy that ended up sucking that week gets him, and now he's number one because one guy is hitting off for 25 a game.
Because I picked up Jonathan Taylor and James Robinson and I think I had Herbert too in that league. And I went crazy. I just went crazy.
So I don't know. On other news, this is something that I had to do. I'm not even gonna say what I had to do because I haven't told anybody, so I'm not even gonna say exactly. But I read a story the other day about this girl. Her name's Dutee Chand, I think is her name. She's from India. Mm-hmm. And what happened was when she was 5 years old, her sister started to not necessarily train her, but just run with her. Okay. Mm-hmm. So she started running. And as she got older, her sister, which was also a very good, great runner actually, started to train her. Well, she started training. Her parents were poor, whatever. Well, anyway, she got really good. She was just a natural runner.
And you said India?
India, okay. And so she started running, competing, winning all these things, breaking records, all this stuff. So she's getting ready for the Olympics, right? She's getting ready, I think in 2016, she's getting ready to go run in the Olympics. Well, in one of the competitions prior to that, she always got tested, for steroids or any performance enhancing, all these things. She'd always get tested. And sometimes they would even test her hey, you need to get naked. They would just make sure that you're a female or a male or whatever. You got to be who you are. Yeah. So anyway, she's like, oh, well, this time she goes in to get tested. And they're like, we're going to do blood work. And she's like, well, we've never done that before. But she's like, whatever. I'm just cool, whatever.
Chilling anyway.
She's just chilling. Anyway, so she gets tested, goes about her business, getting ready for this big competition and stuff. And she gets a call about a week later. And she's like, she knew something was up.
Yeah, she never got a call before something probably.
Well, she just felt like that call was different.
It's a weird one.
So then she gets the call and she's like, hey, what's going on? And she's like, hey, this is blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, hey, what's the results or whatever? And then they're like, well, you're disqualified from competing. And she's like, well, what do you mean I'm disqualified? She's like, well, because you're not really a female. And they're like, well, what do you mean I'm not a female? And she's like,
at birth,
she's like, what do you mean? I am a female. I have everything to be a female. And so, she starts explaining how in India, you don't go to hospitals and shit to have babies. So you get born, in your house. Yeah, and she was brought up as a female her whole entire life. So anyway, so she's like confused. She's older now and everything, and now she can't compete and stuff. But basically, what ended up happening is sometimes females are born with what they call nominals or whatever per liter, which means is like your nominals are probably, over 10 per liter, okay? Because you're a male.
Yeah.
But females sometimes produce too much testosterone, which then categorize themselves as
A male?
like a male because they're producing male testosterone levels.
Okay.
So that's what she was doing. So it has something to do with like the XY chromosomes and all this stuff. But she was a female. She is a female. But because she produces too much testosterone, it disqualified her. And so then they said you can compete as a male, but then they did the science, and the thing is
ass kicked.
she would get her ass kicked even by like the record she was setting could be defeated by like a really good high school boy runner. That's how much the difference of the males to females are. So she was like, well, I can't race in those meets with men. I'm not gonna win.
Yeah.
So then she had to go through like all this shit, like for like the athletics committee. She had to go to court, like all this stuff she's fighting, and it sucked because like before any of this came out, she was talking to a guy, and I guess that guy was like, nah, I can't be with you, like my family doesn't agree with this relationship and stuff.
He's probably from India or some shit.
Yeah, but it was like more like it would almost seem as if they were like homos other than a male female, even though she is a female,
even though she had like a vagina.
Yes. And then all this stuff happened, and then she
whack.
Well, then all kinds of girls started hitting her up.
That's like, even better.
So she's like, yeah, girls want to be with me, but I don't know how I feel about that. Like that's frowned upon too in my country.
Okay.
But nobody, and it broke news. It broke all kinds of news. So then she went through all this shit. So then she goes to court and all this stuff gets squared away. Well, lo and behold, she ends up being okayed by like the athletic committee to go and compete in the 2020 Olympics for Japan. And she goes and competes or whatever and gets her ass kicked, basically. But I don't even think it was because she couldn't beat those people. I think it was more that
she was probably just fucking
after everything, it was just like, what's the point, Yeah. And this is something that's been going on for a long time. Like, this is just, they're trying to figure out what's the best solution and stuff for how to figure it out between males and females. But I personally think that just females should just... If you're a female by birth, like at birth, then you're...
Yeah, you could be claimed like you're a trans, whatever you want to do on that weird shit, but it's like at the very minimum for Olympics, it has to be like set in stone. Like that is a honor of all honors in any kind of...
The thing is I was reading up also too where they have this thing where if a male turns to a female, okay, they're transgender. And they want to compete as a female. They have to take something to lower their testosterone levels for 12 months. And for those 12 months, they have to bring their levels down to like lower than 10. If they can do that and sustain it during competition, they can compete.
Well, I guess it makes sense because that girl was over 10. And they were,
right.
Yeah,
but then it's like... But now you're making exceptions for males to compete in female competitions. Like, no matter, I get it. I'm not going to get in all to the science and whatever y'all want to consider it. I'm just saying all these things are coming into play for, like, the Olympics.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. It's
weird. So.
No, it's not weird. It's crazy.
Shout out Dutee Chand. I hope the best for you, girl. I mean...
Yeah,
fuck all the haters, because her mom said too. She was like, the only reason any of this is coming up is because people don't want to see you win.
Because you're good, yeah.
Yeah, you're good, and they're gonna try to bring you down.
There's always like the Japanese girl that plays tennis, Naomi Osaka.
Oh yeah.
I mean Richardson too. I mean we seen that she was the 9th fastest, but like maybe it was the same result. I mean she was mentally
mentally just like screw this.
Yeah, maybe it was the same shit.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that's something that I read the other day, and I was just like, man, that sucks, dude.
I read a lot of shit like that too. Like if y'all haven't watched the Naomi Osaka, I think that's how you say her last name on Netflix. That shit's good as fuck.
Yeah,
that's just cool.
I don't know. I thought I'd share that little bit of I guess it's news.
How you say her name?
Dutee, Dutee.
That's pretty lit.
Dutee Chand, and then the Chand, I think.
Chand.
Yeah,
That's cool.
so she's Indian and stuff, but I just felt bad because she is a female.
Yeah.
Like, it's not her fault.
Yeah, it's just
like,
her body
like,
just produced too much of the
yeah,
shit.
and she's a badass. It's like, I'm pretty sure, like, there's females out there that produce more testosterone, but don't make them female. It just means they got genes that aren't like everyone else's.
There's this one chick that comes in the store, that bitch is buff as fuck, like swole as fuck, like.
And it's just because she's got those genes. There's nothing against her.
That motherfucker looks like
just she's
the
a
Rock.
beast.
She looks like the mini Rock, like
there
a little,
you go.
Little pebble.
I don't know. I thought that was a cool story to
that was
share.
pretty lit, yeah.
So
that sucks for her though. I mean.
Yeah. All right, guys. Like it. Subscribe to it. Till next time with the Beer Bros. Oh, next time you see me, I'll be a motherfucking state champion. Peace.
Later.